Chapter 3 is over. I hate you. I agreed to this, even though I didn't know what I was going into. Okay, I gotta flip pages. He just left. Like, nope. Kana, come back. Oh, look, Yoon is back. Owen was sitting at his desk. I actually sighed at that time. At school, he was reading one of the books that he had borrowed from the library. It's been some days since he got some info from his benefactor, and the Kampfers have been more quiet than a mouse. And the spider he deployed had run out of power. So this was way of learning new info was gone. Nothing special has happened except that the whole school is in festival mode. The 70th Saitetsu Culture Festival is about to start. The very next day, the guy's excitement is high enough to reach the moon. I wonder why. And I wonder what's going to happen to the idols. Well, almost everyone. Owen was not exactly a big fan of festivals. Too crowded, he says. And the phone had even heard of Matt's crazy scheme to sneak inside the. Hold on, my voice connection thing dropped down to 0. Matt's crazy scheme to sneak inside the female side a day early. Matt is a creep and a perv, and I like him. Because it sounds like me. Yes, just like, why not go to the girl's side? What could you be missing? So you gotta come up with some crazy ass plan to get over there. What was up with the horny cat again, I ask? Too bad for them, the survival club stood in their way. To have done everything Owen could think of to get inside the female side, some people don't have patience. But that was not why Owen was disappointed. It was because the whole class voted to make a rest stop for tired parents. It's like they just chose that just so they could focus on the beauty contest next day, since all the idols are participating. Great! Oh, what is even so special about them? Owen had said that question since Matt started to talk about the festival. Owen looked away from his book. You missed it. They were talking about tiny metal balls earlier in the previous chapter. Owen looked away from his book. The room was looking like some sort of office. Boxes full of papers, desks with people working, and of course, what all offices need, a water cooler. This is the most boring day in Owen's life. He was not interested in helping a project that involved just to get info for the contest, and the fact that Matt is calling him lazy, he felt like he should remind him of who had saved his ass countless times. Matt had been asking Owen to cover for him many times this week. and it was jobs that he should have done, going to help dig a hole under the wall, doing his share of the librarian work, and borrowing him money. Owen's face was an annoyed state.
All right.
Muted just in time. Oh, screw this. I'm going for a walk. Owen laid his book down. He stood up and stared. He stood up and started walking towards the door. The corridors were also almost empty. A few people walking from classroom to classroom wonder how the female side is doing. Why? I could maybe take a round in the female side with the excuse of finding late books. It was just to compare, not a pervy look as any other guy would do. It seems like a way to kill time. Why not? Owen went onto the library. One of the double doors of the library went up. Owen went into the library. It was completely empty silence. Owen didn't think the library was this quiet. Maybe he should drop that look on the female side. I'm slowly losing my sanity reading this. Owen said with a little smile. He went on to the shelves filled with books that he could read until this day ends. Owen pulled out a book that was taller than a human head. 1,000,001 math problems. Ha! Well, we finished with this at the end of the day. That sounds like me. Owen opened the book and began to read. Without knowing, a man in leather armor was standing right behind Owen holding a wooden mallet. The man knocked Owen out into the unconscious world. The man muttered something. Welcome the initiate. Well, that's one way to welcome to someone to some crazy ass fucking. Yeah. Welcome to the cult. We're just gonna knock you out with a giant ass mallet. Owen was lying down on a concrete floor, comfortable. Owen laid a hand on the back of his head while rising his upper body up. What happened? Owen took a look around. He was not at the school library. It was a cellar with the lights switched on. There was a little window at the upper half of the wall. He saw some stairs at the wall. Well, might as well get out of here. Owen raised his body up. So you're finally awake. Owen turned quickly behind and saw a man in brown leather armor wearing a brown hood. Who are you? And more importantly, where am I? The man was chuckling. Always the same reaction. Owen was puzzled. Who was this person? What does he want with him? Well, let's get to business, shall we? The man took off his hood, revealing long, thick black hair going down to his neck. It was not slicked with hair gel. Went down backwards. He had black eyes and had short eyebrows. His face was white as Owen's and was about Owen's age. I'm Hanzo Yamazuki. And I am a high member of the guild. Owen was looking confused. The guild? Well, that's very vague. You get the full name later, Initiate. Wait, Initiate? I didn't get to sign up for this goddamn guild, and why on earth did you fucking kidnap me? Owen was shouting high and angry. Calm down. The recruitment is like this for all members. We can't do this in the open for, Screw that! You could also not run off with people while they are unconscious. The man sighed. There's always the same reaction. Look, you can deny this opportunity if you want. You can just walk out of the cellar, and this will be a thing of the past and will never be mentioned again. On was already on his way out, his door, but then came an unexpected. But if you leave now, then that means you are giving up free info for that enemy of yours. You know, the Kampfers. Owen stopped dead in his tracks. He know of the Kampfers. He knew of the Kampfers. How does he know? No, Owen was thinking hard. Some sort of organization that was offered too good to that the offer was too good to pass. Owen had to act. Owen turned his upper body around. What do you know of them? Join me in this little practice, and I'll let you in on the details, initiate. Practice? What did he mean by that? I don't want to know what he meant by practice. You caught my drift. Owen had no time to wonder. He answered, very well. I would join in this practice. I don't know where that came from. Don't ask. Tell her to join back into the voice chat, and then you can unmute her through there, and she can go back. That's my job. See, yeah, she is unmuted. I don't know why it's not working. Uh. Uh.
Dude! Believe it. I'm leaving with your mother.
I'm not gonna answer that.
Hello? Pickles? Go see Barry.
Neat.
Neat.
Leave me. Woo, try resetting your mic. Like, unplug it and plug it back in. There it goes.
Oh. Oh, okay, it works now.
If Woo wants to stay and listen, I'll continue. Or I'll wait for her to leave.
No. I'm closing.
Okay. Owen had no time to wonder. He answered, very well. I join you in this practice. Yamazuki smiled. Welcome in, then. Yamazuki pulled out a little black dagger with a beautiful golden design. He turned the blade to his right hand fingertips and held the dagger in front of Owen. A dagger? Yamazuki shook his head. No, it's a blade. Owen took another look at the dagger. That is a blade. Owen was pointing at the dagger. Yamazuki turned the blade around again until he was holding the hilt. He raised his hand holding the dagger and swiped the dagger down fast. Unbelievable. The dagger was longer. Oh my god.
Sorry.
The dagger was longer.
Oh, yes.
It was as long as the sword.
Okay.
How did you do that? Yamazuki showed Owen a little button at the top of the hilt. right under the cross guard. Owen handed Yamazuki handed Owen the sword. He took it with his right hand. So what will we be doing? Owen asked. Sparring, Yamazuki said as he pulled out a set of two extendable daggers. What was looking like Owen's sword. Wait, what? We're going to fight each other? No, we're going to hug each Best sarcastic line ever. No, we're going to hug each other. The sarcasm in that sentence was high enough to jump over Mar.
How do you find that funny?
Oh, I don't know. I just did.
Are you okay?
I probably found it funny in perverted ways. I did what? Oh. I don't mind if she's harassing me. I let her do that last night. In fact, I let her have her way. Fuck you.
Why?
Oh my god.
Well, oh my.
Whoever Cray is, that line from Cray is amazing. I like the bouncy guy.
If you're pure, you won't get it. No, you
Okay.
can't. You can do me too.
Oh, but you have two and I only have one. Sword, how is that fair?
We
Ono's
will all
grasping.
have a threesome. No.
I'm a mute. Whoa. Actually, never mind. Thank you. Damn it! I lost my spot. Ono's grasping at straws to find a way out of this. Yamazuki said, "Side, fine. Here you cry, baby." Yamazuki threw a piece of metal with a handle on it. To Owen, what is this thing? It's a shield. Initiate, use it. Owen picked it up, the metal piece, and studied it. Owen noticed a little circle at the top of the handle and pushed it. The metal piece first extended the metal upwards and started to twirl around. Soon it was a round, shining metal shield fitting for a knight. Satisfied? Yamazuki said, annoyed. Owen took a look at the shield and sword. Yes, let's do this. Owen knew he couldn't get away from this. Yamazuki smiled as he crossed his blades on his chest and then charged straight at Owen. Owen quickly put his shield up and blocked his blows. The force of the shield was clanging, fast, and violent. Whoever this Yamazuki guy was, he had been training for years. You have to do more than just block, you know. I'm new to this! Owen shouted in a whiny tone. Watch your legs! Yamazuki swiped one of his swords to his legs. It left a little cut on the right leg. Hey, these pants ain't cheap, says the son of a billionaire. He knows. How much do you even know of me? We have been watching you for some time. We need a little info. They have access to police database. Yamazuki's swords continued to clang at Owen's shield. Make some resistance. Owen continued to hold his shield up. You would be dead if you didn't do something. Owen felt pressured. Yamazuki was right. He could not block and block. He had to fight back. Owen had waited for the right moment to launch a counterattack. The swords clanged ferociously at the shield while Owen waited for an opportunity to strike. Come on, you wimp! Strike me! Yamazuki was very impatient and tried to go for a lower strike. The opportunity presented itself. Now! Owen dodged to the right. The swipe missed, and Owen swung his sword at Yamazuki. He had his eyes closed. The blade stopped abruptly. He thought the worst Owen opened his eyes to see if the wound was bad, but there was no wound. Yamazuki held his blade in his left hand and started to laugh in a happy way. Good job, Initiate. Almost could have taken me down. Owen did not know why he was in such a good mood. He could have died. Looks like he would be a decent brother. Yamazuki lets go of the sword and shortened his swords into daggers. Why are you so happy? Well, you know how to use the situation to your advantage. Waited for the perfect moment to strike. Not too shabby if I say so. Yamazuki then took a smirk, but next time keep your eyes open. He said it in a mockingly way. Owen knew that was a mistake, but he could not stand the sight of others' blood. Had a traumatizing experience back in Europe. A chill went down his spine a second time. You've passed the test, Owen was relieved. No more bloody fighting. So I can go now, Yamazuki nodded. Owen was starting to go out from the cellar and back out. Oh, by the way, what do I do with these? Owen held forth the withdraw and shield and sword. Keep it will probably come in handy. Owen placed the shortened shield and sword in the pockets he had. Owen started to walk up the stairs in the cellar. The door slam could be heard. Yamazuki was staring into the air. So he's the one. You could barely beat me. If you can't fight, he won't be very well in the hunt. Better send a bird to the chief of the test results. Yamazuki went out of the cellar. Oh my god! Where is this episode at? How long? I didn't hear that. Fuck, and I'm only like a quarter way through the chapter. No, like literally, if you go to the third chapter, I'm on the silence after the first line, and it's only a quarter way down. There's a shitload more I have to read. Fuck, I lost my place. Come on, you slowpoke! Matt was yelling at the top of his lungs. Owen was sailing along rather slowly. It was in the middle of the day, and that sun was shining. Why is it so important that we have to run, Matt? Well, duh, it's the beauty contest today, and the 3 idols of Saitetsu are participating. Do you not care of those magnificent and wonderful girls? Matt looked like he was in a dreamy state. So beautiful. I feel like a slut now. Oh my god. I looked back just in time to see that. Oh, and side. Is girls all you think of? No, I wouldn't say so. You're lying. No, I don't. That's your other interest then. Well, there is. What Mass listed was a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, right. With a kayak and a toothpick. Oh, you're right. Like he could cross the Atlantic with a kayak and a toothpick. He also took long pauses during the things he listed. And at last, there is cross-cycling. I didn't even care to argue. Can we just go to school? That's the last thing I'd ever ask. Well, that was what I was suggesting before you called me a liar. Matt went on further with a grumpy expression. Who cares what he thinks? I was thinking of what he experienced yesterday. A guild, huh? The thought of that was a little existing. Wait, what am I even saying? Me fighting? That's like imagining Rooney playing for live Prul. Football or soccer. Okay. I don't even know who either. What? Yeah. Owen was making a scared look. Geez, what is wrong with me? It was no pleasant feeling. exactly being kidnapped yesterday, and that Yamazuki guy, how long have he done this? You fought like a martial artist. If that is the requisite, Owen had already failed. Too little info. Owen was wondering what the guild was and its reason for fighting. The only thing Owen could think of was that one line, Kampfers. There was that one word again. It almost, if everything have a connection to those things. God, the questions just keep on piling, just like last time. That's what she said. He's a sexual fluid. Good response, bro. That sounds like something I'd say. Self-porn. That's kinky as fuck. Oh. I think Prav has finally reached his dirty state. He's finally embraced the dirty side. You haven't even seen my final form. It's 10 feet long. Fuck you. Owen was wondering what the guild was, and it's fuck it. There was the word again. It almost as if fucking hell, I'm far behind. God, the question keeps on piling up. Owen could hear voices a little farther in front. The brainstorming had to be put on weight. The festival was at full swing. The students at other people were standing around looking so happy. Man, these people must really like this festival. Owen could feel the energy from where he was standing. The school is decorated very nicely. Oh fuck! From decorated very nicely. Must have taken them some time to make this. Owen then saw something in the corner of the sneaking on to the female side carefully. He saw some very familiar hair that was slicked way back. Owen knew perfectly well who it was. It was Matt, without a doubt. What is that idiot planning now? Owen followed Matt to where he was sneaking. Matt went behind a corner. Best to sneak up on him. Owen went against the wall, sliding along it until he came to the corner. Owen nudged his head over to peek at what Matt was doing. Matt was standing there looking up the wall with one pickaxe in each hand and a camera strapped around his neck. Owen saw this and became a little annoyed. That idiot never quits, does he? Owen walked around the corner ready to shout in his face, but what the hell he was doing. But before he could do that, he got a hand to his mouth. Shh. Be quiet. Do you want us both to get spotted? Matt was whispering, rather angry. Matt carefully let go of Owen's mouth. Just what the hell are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm taking the short shot of the year. The shot of the year? Was he talking of? What are you even talking about? Matt pointed up to some rectangle-shaped windows higher up on the wall. That is the changing. Oh my god! Matt pointed up to some rectangle-shaped windows higher up on the wall. That is the changing room for the beauty contest. It's where the most beautiful girls in the school are, including the idols. Have you any idea what the price of one shot of the idols? Nope. I can't believe I'm gonna have to read this. One shot of getting the idols naked. Have you... Matt was whispering as high as he could to not get spotted, and he did it so rather angry. But still, Owen had no idea the price of one picture. I could have become a millionaire in days. Owen was amazed. How can the school be this perverted? That you could make millions of one golden shot, but maybe he shouldn't be surprised. He had heard weirder things. Prime example, everything he had been investigating for the last weeks. What am I reading? Oh, fuck. I'm backed up. Whoops, I gotta go back. To my spot, I lost it, sorry. Silence. On was standing in the quiet, empty library again. He was escaping from the noisy festival. Wait, hold on, I missed a paragraph. Now, if you don't want in on the millions investment, you can just get out of here, Matt was whispering, angry, and was showing some teeth in that annoyed look. Owen still didn't care what he thought. Fine, I goes then. Owen went back to the corner he came from. He really isn't an idiot, isn't he? He muttered to himself. I look back in time to see that picture. Owen was still wondering if he should be friends with that bozo. Owen took a look at the school again and might as well check out the festival stops. Owen went into the decorated school. I kind of wish they'd included Matt's point of view from this for this whole point for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. Silence. Owen was standing in the quiet, empty library again. He was escaping from the noisy festival. Owen could not stand it. It was some stops that was just showing of girls' tits and butts. Oh my god. This has slowly gone hill. It went from the girls sneaking to the girls' side to getting a picture of the idols naked to tits and butts. Oh, what have I got myself into? Oh, and swore he saw a classroom looking like a strip club. For fuck's sake. I'm losing my sanity. This school is worse than I thought. Jeez, even the girls are perverted. Okay, now I'm interested. Now I wish I went to that school. If the girls are as perverted as the guys are at that school, I'd like to go. I scared someone out of the voice chat. Maybe I should have just stayed in Europe with my parents. Owen took a look around. It was deserted like yesterday. Too bad it won't be like this forever. Could use it as a hangout. Owen went going to the place he was standing yesterday. He saw the book still lying there on the ground. Wow, it is really deserted. If only it could stay like this. Owen picked up the book he was reading yesterday and started to read. Hello, Owen. Look up from his book. Oh no, I think Pop this kid pretty cool. Cause he made me fucking read this fanfic. Thank you very much. He was shocked to see what was standing in front of him. It was Yamazuki in that school uniform. What the hell are you doing here? What, can I go to school now? Owen was silent. Don't be so quiet, Initiate. I had to start so I could speak with you in the day. It makes sense. So what do you want? Remember the test you got? What a test. But what test could it be? You know, name, Kampfers. Oh crap. Owen totally forgot about that. Sophie could only mention 2 of them. Natsuru, Sino, or however the fuck it is, and the Kane and the Data Kane girl. Why didn't I do more? Damn it! I should have done more than just read. Owen was looking nervous. He did just slack off read this whole time. To tell you the truth, I only know 2 names, and one of them is a first name. Owen said with a sweat drop expression with a nervous laugh. Yamazuki sighed. No matter, Initiate, most of our recruits at this time only know a first name by now. Owen was relieved. So you came here only to do that? Yamazuki shakes his head. No. Nah, I'm here to hand you. Oh. I had to hand you this. He took a force package with Owen written in a big letters on the package. It was wrapped in like a soft Christmas present. What is it? Wait and see. Yamazuki handed him the package and started to walk away. Owen started to wonder what was inside the package. Owen pressed it. It was a little hard, but still able to move it around. He felt to see if there was any corners. It was something that was 1 centimeter high and it was pretty wide. Who's trying to steal my will? Oh, no, fuck. 1 centimeter high and it was pretty wide. Should I open it? It was something that burrowed inside Owen's mind. Ding, huh. It was coming from Owen's phone. He took it out of his right pocket. The phone was dark blue and it was a flip phone. He remembered the day he got it from his sister. Owen was very happy that day. Owen flipped the phone up. He had gotten a text an unknown text from someone. Probably Yamazuki. Owen's suspicions was confirmed when the word initiates was the first that was written. What more does he want? Owen started to read the text. Initiate do have any spare time? We would like you to investigate an apartment in the suburbs. The reward will be specified later. And by the way, do not open the package. Yeah? I like it when Woo bothers me. Pravda, please send her a fucking link to this goddamn thing so she can read it on her own time. Is that guy telepathic? Owen was actually considering that possibility. I meant Yoon, but whatever. Oh. Owen was actually considering the possibility. A second ding came on Owen's phone. Owen quickly opened the second text. It was address written in the message. Might as well. There was nothing interesting going on in the school except for a hyped beauty contest. Owen flipped his phone down and went out of the library. Owen felt the thing he thought he would not feel at a time like this. Excitement. Whoa! This is it, huh? Owen was standing at the entrance of a big apartment complex. It was still day. This has gotta be the place. The address is matching. Now, how to get inside? Owen was stumped. There's only two ways in. Either get buzzed in or pick the lock. The fact that Owen is not a thief already should make clear which way he chose to get in. Let's see how... See here, how do I get buzzed in? There was a lot of people living here. Maybe I can check the panel for the trigger. Owen looked at his puzzle. Stars, screws. Ha, easy. Owen pulled out his flip phone again. He clicked at a little red button at the bottom of the phone. Something happened with the phone. The upper part of the phone extended a little metal pole with a pointy tip. That's what she said. It was a little Stark screwdriver, one of the smartest things I have ever done. He unscrewed the panel. Owen looked at the insides of the panel. For others, it would be very hard to figure out how you can unlock the door from there, but Owen is Owen. Owen connected some of the wires together from one of the names on the panel. A buzz was heard. Bingo. Owen fixed the panel, screwed it in, and opened the door. Now, which floor was it again? Owen opened the text again. The fourth floor. Better take the elevator then. Owen clicked on the button on the elevator and waited. Yet another ding came on the phone. Owen flicked it open while the elevator door opened. He went in as he opened the text. Dude, where are you? I thought you was going to be here and help me with the the photographing and the beauty contest. No doubt it was Matt. Owen didn't give him his phone number. Dude, you know it's Matt. He expects a little help every time something is on. Oh my god. Owen didn't answer the text and closed the phone. The elevator dinged and opened its doors. Owen went out of the elevator into the hallway to the two other apartments. Now, which number was it? Owen looked around in the hallways. Owen stopped at a corner where a apartment was standing. This is the place. Owen opened the door. Unlocked. Must have forgot to lock the door. Owen opened the door to see a longer hallway into the apartment. Owen went into the apartment to see things he would never want to see. What is this? The apartment was filled with stuffed animals with the most creepiest designs, blood, guts, and lifeless eyes. Owen was petrified at the sight of this. Why would Yamazuki send me here? Owen was thinking of why he was sent here, and then it hit him. Those moving stuffed animals he saw on the camera, these things in here look just like them. But the most creepiest part about this, they may be alive watching from the corners. I officially hate Yamazuki. There wasn't much reason to be here. Owen thought of leaving, going in. Owen recognized the voice. It was the one that spoke to him that night. You again, what do you want? I need you to go inside a certain room and find a stuffed animal. You want me to do what? Owen was gaping in fear, but it's full of I don't care. You have to get that into that room, no matter what. Owen did not like this one bit, but something was odd. Why would that voice contact Owen right now of all times? It was just going inside a apartment for some spying. Look, I can't give all the details or the future will have unforeseen consequences. What I can give you is a little hint. It look for the burnt king. Can you get any more cryptic than that? On was pressing a blood vein at his right side of his forehead. Shh, quiet. Do you want the entire building to come here? Owen realized shouting was maybe not the smartest thing to do when you're technically breaking into an apartment. I have to go now. The voice faded out. Okay, now how do I find find that burnt king? It was most likely referring to a stuffed animal, but how in the world is he going to find a single specific one in this mess? This place is packed full of them. Where do I even start? Suddenly, a weak sound of snoring was heard. Crap, it's someone here? The snoring continued. Whoever that guy was, he slept, though. Through Owen's talking and shouting, must be really heavy sleeper. Now to find this burnt king. Owen hesitated at first to go any closer to the stuffed animals he saw. Said calming words to each time he took one. Owen searched every bit of the apartment the best he could. He lifted a sofa pillows, opened shelves, and touched his greatest fear, the stuffed animals. But he didn't find anything relating to the cryptic clue. The weak snores could still be heard. Owen looked at it, shaking with fear. It gotta be in there. It's no place in the apartment he hasn't searched. Owen placed his hand on the handle and it pushed downwards. Owen was shaking his hands as he opened the door. The door creaked open slowly. Inside, there was a dark room with a big window. There was a couch in the middle of Owen's sight. The window let in some orange sunlight. Around was a room filled with stuffed animals, and or other places to the max.
Oh, idiot. We're going again.
Everywhere he
I
saw, there was at least one in his sight. Owen shaking his full body, standing still on his spot like a scared post guard, petrified. This is horrifying. Why would anyone buy this many stuffed animals? Owen looked around with a confused face. Where was the snoring coming from? Wait, hold on. Owen still heard the snoring, and it was stronger than ever. It was inside the room, but the strange thing there was no one there. Owen looked around with a confused face. Where was the snoring coming from? There wasn't a single person inside. Owen knew the only way he would find out would be if he went inside the creepy room. Owen's curiosity got the better of him. Owen steps inside the room. Owen looked around with fearful eyes. He was standing in a den filled with creepy-looking stuffed animals with guts sticking out of their stomachs. The snoring came from the shelves, and Owen went around in the room trying to find where the sound was strongest. Eventually, he found the spot. He looked on the shelf and found the source of the snoring, a burnt lion. Suddenly it hit Owen. The burnt king was a reference to the burnt lion. Owen was picking up the stuffed lion. The snoring was stronger than ever. Owen was freaked out. He was holding a snoring living plush animal. It was weird as hell. Snore! The lion looked like he was in a coma. Now how do I wake him up? Owen shakes the lion roughly. It was still snoring. Owen then held the lion by his leg, shaking him rough again. The snore was still high as ever. Come on, wake up, Come on, wake up, you bum. Owen held him by his stomach and proceeded to punch the lion in the plush face. The lion grunted until he opened his eyes. Is it time? Is it dinner time already? Owen was yet again petrified. Who are you? Where's Kaede? Oh, shit. Katie. Hey, wasn't that? Owen was shocked. His mouth is gaping. Sakura was involved with this somehow. Owen was ruled her out as a suspect due to a feeling she was like a goddess of niceness. And she looked like a nice girl. He might not have met her, but all the guys answered the same. She gotta be nice. She gotta be a nice girl. Owen was suspecting her for having something, but all he did was dismiss it and not likely, possibly. Snore. The lion was sleeping again. Owen pressed a blood vein on at the forehead and punched him again. Is it dinner now? Owen was staring annoyed at him. What's the problem and where is Kaede? Now listen here. Tell me all you know of the Kampfers. Kampfers? Oh, you mean those people I tell, okay? Owen could not believe what the lion told him. That the Kampfer was fighting to decide a war that didn't even know that they didn't even know about. Friends, brothers, and sisters was turning on each other when they was on different teams, red and blue, 2 teams, 1 victor, and the ones that chose the fighters are some people called moderators. They send them some sort of messenger, probably those moving little monsters. Owen was disgusted by that. Those moderators was God sitting on their asses while they watched those people die. Owen had no idea it was this horrible. That's it. Owen had heard it all. He was looking angry at the burnt lion. That's it. The lion went back to sleep. Owen didn't think it was this bad. It was nothing left to do here. Better leave. He threw away the lion and started going. Owen was about to leave the room when he heard a slam. Scrap! Sakura was home. Where to hide? Where to hide? Where to hide? Owen was in complete panic. It would be really bad to be seen being in someone's house illegally and not, to say the least, revealing himself to those moderators. Owen was thinking as fast as he could. Then he saw his window, literally, of opportunity. The big window in the room. Owen scurried to the window. He opened it in full speed and climbed out. He closed the window and climbed down to the bottom of the window. Safe. Owen has thought he had won, but then he saw down. It was a very long way down. If his arms let go of that little ledge he was holding, Owen had forgotten he was on the 12th floor. He could not hear what was going on inside the room. He didn't want to take a chance, so he decided to wait for the night. Owen sighed. It's gonna be a long day. Owen was in serious pain. His arms were stretched longer than he would ever imagine. The pain was something he would never have lived through if it wasn't for a reason. It was dark outside with only the lights coming from the streets or from houses. Owen was red in his eyes, and his shirt was stinky and sweaty. We're going back to the sticky and wet shirt. His green hair was a little wet, and his... Fuck. I clicked the wrong button. Oh, and sweaty. His hair was a little wet, and his shoes had little ponds in his shoes. Is she asleep? Owen was wondering that since the moon went up. Ugh, can't hold this any longer. Owen was desperate. He knew he couldn't last a whole night out there hanging from the wall. Owen had his mind made up. Owen stretched his legs up to get foothold. Almost there. Owen was struggling to climb up to the window. He wasn't exactly the gym rat of the family. Come on, just a little further. Owen had his right hand on the bottom of the window. Owen had his head over the window entrance. There, now let's get out of here. Owen opened the window. He slipped through the slim opening and came into the creepy room. Owen quickly sneaked out of the room. Almost. A click was heard behind Owen. Well, well, look who we have here. Owen looked behind his back. It was Sakura with an evil grin on her face, holding a gun pointed at Owen's head. Owen was scared. He could feel her evil aura just by looking at her. All the guys at school said she's the nicest thing they ever knew. One look at this twisted smile and their opinions would quickly change. What was she going to do? Kill Owen? Torture him? Probably torture him, but not in a bad way. Owen was once again petrified. He didn't show it in his expression. Getting in a really good poker face. Now speak, or there are going to be little pieces of brains on my nice floor. Owen kept his poker face as hard as he could. So you're quiet type. No problem. Sakura's eyes began to glow orange while she grinned even more. Owen started to feel a headache. Owen raised his hands up to his head, holding them in a position to shake it. What was she doing? It felt like Owen's mind was being raped. Oh, for Christ's sake. What are you doing? Owen wasn't feeling well, as if he was slipping that way. Owen fell on his knees, holding his hands around his head. Owen was showing teeth, closing his eyes, looking like he was in serious pain. You sure are taking your time. Sakura was looking angry, as if this never had happened before. Owen started to squirm in pain on the floor. I get it now. She's trying to get into my mind. Just gotta hold out. If she gets in, she is gonna find out everything. The guild will be done for. Owen didn't have much time. His brain was about to give in. Owen looked in pain at Sakura. She was still showing the evil grin. The glowing eyes, then out of nowhere, a shouting voice was heard. Hey you! The voice was the one of a man and came behind Sakura. She turned around. The pain in Owen's head disappeared. Now! Owen took out his retracted sword. He extended it, and as fast as Owen could, he lifted the sword up. Owen knew the blade was not sharp due to Yamazuki could catch the sword but with his bare hands, but the blade was pretty heavy and could knock her out. It was Owen's only chance to get out of this place. With all of Owen's strength, he swung it at Sakura. The blade hit the backside of Sakura's head. She fell on the ground. It was done. Owen withdrew the sword to its shortened state and ran for the exit. He wasn't going to wait around for the man who yelled when Owen was long gone and a little long gone and laughed. A little laugh was heard. It was coming from Sakura. She got up from the floor and was showing the same evil grin. Interesting. This has never happened before. By now, this stinky boy would have be dead by now. Oh, well, he'd be dead soon as my new slaves do my bidding. Sakura went towards the door and closed it. How long are we at now? Oh my fucking god. Okay, one more segment to go. It was day 2 of the Setetsu Festival, and the school was overflowing with people. Owen was standing in the line at the female side. Matt was along with him, looking at like a kid in a candy store. They was wearing the school uniform. What they was standing in line for. Maid Cafe was Matt's favorite person. Natsuru. Almost there. Matt was smiling in excitement. He had waited for a day like this. He would have killed to make this a reality. Lucky for him, the girls at this school like to flaunt their assets. Owen, on the other hand, was looking a little frightened. He didn't exactly come over last night. I was someone looking like her as could be hiding such evil. He was afraid to bump into her, but as Owen's luck would have it, he bumped into Matt and of course dragged him along for this. Why exactly are we doing this? Owen was bowing his back and his face looking like he had a bad morning. Do you even have a clue how popular this is? Ugh. Oh, do you even have a clue how popular this is today? It will happen. Ugh, this is the start of my relationship with Natsuru. Our eyes will meet and she will accept my date. Oh my fucking god. Proposal, and then what Matt described as a relationship sounded more like a bad fan fiction, just like this one. As the hours passed, Owen and Matt was soon at the front of the line. Finally, my dream will come true. This sounds like me, sadly enough. Owen slipped into the cafe, getting welcomed. He sat down with Matt, who had found a table near a window. Apparently, this is where Natsuru is sitting during class. Matt's obsession with this girl was the weirdest thing Owen had ever seen. Involved with that, and that's saying a lot, considering he is investigating people that can make guns, swords, and flame balls appear in the palm of their hands. Owen had some unanswered questions even after he got all info from the snoring lion. There was something odd with those moderators. How many was there? How did they come to know? I gotta check. Hold on. How did they come to know of those two planets? And why on earth do they make these Kampfers fight a war they didn't ask for? Hello? Are you in there? Owen was interrupted when Matt was waving in front of his face. What do you want? Owen said with a grumpy voice, oh, nothing, just wanted to pay attention to the greatest thing you will ever see. What was Matt meaning? Owen had question mark expression. Just then a voice was heard to the left of the table. Master, thank you for choosing me to serve you today.
This is what you can do. Big cat that doesn't.
What? Ishino Natsu in the most embarrassing maid costume Owen had ever seen. He could not seriously look straight at her. Oh. Owen tried to hide his red face with his hand while Matt orders this with some stars in his eyes. Owen could hear that Matt made some short pauses during the order. My fucking god. She called the master. And that was enough for it to go in many different wrong ways. She left shortly after. What happened to that plan of yours? Owen said mockingly, shut up, I got stumped. Matt frowned. Owen looked at Natsuru walking from table to table and that skimpy outfit being the center of attention. You must think that is great, but she looked like kind of sad as she was forced into this. Owen had his feeling back in Europe. The reason of why he chooses to stay in the shadows being used what Owen felt like was a betrayal from those he called friends back in Europe. Owen was once struggling to get friends. It was like he was invisible to the others. At the school, once the fact that was from a rich family, or each time to go, they had expensive done. They Owen overheard a conversation conversation between guys. Fucking, I want to. I don't want to read the flashback, but I have to. Owen was standing outside in the yard, standing alone when the rain was pouring down on the ground. Owen was holding a black umbrella, black falling rain. He was just into suit two sides. I know Yoon is enjoying herself. This was back in Europe 8 years ago. He was standing in the schoolyard, which was a little smaller than a school building. It was in rectangle form, reaching for maybe 20 meters wide and 8 meters tall. The thing keeping it that limit was a big red brick wall. The yard was made of concrete filled with kids playing with slides, monkey bars, and other things. They didn't care of the weather. They played anyway. There are groups of boys and girls at some visible places of the schoolyard, and some was hiding in the corners. Owen was walking all alone, not one person near him. My fucking god. Owen was looking down with a blank expression on his face. The rain drumming on his umbrella. He was walking around the schoolyard, being invisible to everyone at the school. He walked to one side, or one of the corners, and hearing some chattering coming from the corner. Owen peeked at the other side of the corner, and it was the guys he called friends. They was talking rather loud. What's that, Roy? The boy was pointing to a gold watch with diamonds on this. Oh, it's a watch that dweeb Owen paid for. Ah, man, that idiot is dumber than we thought. Another boy answered. You think that is impressive? I got him to pay for a trip to America. The boys continued to laugh. Oh, really? I got him to pay for a lobster dinner for my family. The boys didn't stop there. All they was talking about was how impressive they had tricked him on into buying things for them. Owen's cheeks was red and salty, and his eyes was bursting with tears. If this continues, we could live like this until we die of old age. Why not? We could live like rich bastards forever. The boys continued to laugh. Owen left quietly, still having tears in his eyes. The feeling of betrayal by those he called friends, being used and thrown away like a used tissue. This is the reason he don't want to get spotted by others. So they don't use him like those jerks he knew. Flashback end. Owen looked at Matt. He had his elbows on the table, his face up. Matt was looking off in the distance, probably watching other girls. Now Owen didn't exactly pay attention. Owen asked her. Matt turned his attention a little slow. As revenge for you disrespect, I ordered tea. No male guy likes tea. Logic. Christ, Matt is a bigger idiot than I thought. Owen actually liked tea. Sometime later, another maid came with the order. Matt had ordered nothing too special, just a cup of coffee. The maid quickly left. Owen lifted his cup up to his mouth and started to slowly drink it. Matt just stared off in another direction. Damn it. You made me lose my spot, Daniel. not touching the coffee. Owen wondered what he was staring at. He looked in the direction Matt was looking at and noticed Natsuru sitting next to someone Owen swore he could have seen before. The black hair, I can swear I've seen it somewhere. Wait, is that the Kampfer from that fight in the hallways? Owen was confused, yet again, wasn't they fighting each other to death some days ago? So I see you noticed the school president. The school president in here? Maybe he could ask to do the exams a little earlier than normal. The president? Where is she then? She's sitting there. Matt was pointing towards where he was looking at just a while ago. It was not Tsuru and that other Kampfer. You gotta be kidding me. The Kampfer was the most powerful student in the whole school. Now Owen knew he had to stay under the radar, no matter what. Owen placed his cup of tea back on the table and waited for Matt to finish his. While waiting, Owen thought of yesterday Sakura. She showed her true self. Nobody would describe a girl sweet if they used mind accessing powers on your head. It would generally be creepy and very bad if your girlfriend could read your mind. Oh, should I tell this to Yamazuki? Owen knew it would be for the best, but he still wasn't sure if this guild Yamazuki keeps referring to. Maybe they are in allegiance with those moderators and plan to hypnotize Owen. Actually, now that I think about it, that sounds stupid. What reason could Owen have to distrust Yamazuki? Oh my god. I think I'll tell him when I meet him. Owen looked at Matt again. He was completely gone, looking straight where Owen looked seconds ago. Owen looked at what he was looking at there. It was a person who could send ice storms down his spine. It was Sakura sitting next to the two Kampfers. Owen was pissed, scared. He didn't piss himself, just wanted to clear that up. He was thinking of leaving a second ago, but now he can't do that. Can't due to the she-devil sitting to the left of the entrance. If Owen gets spotted by her, he could have no idea of what would happen next. Owen looked down at his cup of tea and was looking pale. He was trying to hide his fear and simply wait for the devil to leave. I think he's talking about me now. Oh, on the bright side, Matt didn't bother Owen due to being completely lost in the sight he calls flawless. Owen looked at them in the corner of his eyes, still looking pale. What was minute felt like days. The devil sat there for some time. Owen was not sure why they was sitting there for so long. Suddenly, Owen noticed Natsuru looked shocked. Just a second ago, she looked completely calm. What was the reason for that? He wondered. Seconds later, Sakura closed her eyes and leaned forward. People in the cafe looked at them without blinking. The maids took out cameras, preparing to take a picture. A lesbian kiss! Oh my god. Now Sakura was really creeping him out. Since she could access minds, she could control the person like a puppet. Some seconds later, they left with no kiss happening. Owen looked at Matt. He looked devastated. Why? Owen could see some tears coming from his eyes. Done sipping? If so, let's get out of here. Owen was tired of this place. He wanted to get out of here as quick as possible. Matt wiped his small tears and went along. Owen, when they was almost at the exit, a maid with short purple hair stood in the way. Her face was blank and her mouth was straight as a line. She was holding a calculator, typing very fast. On it, Owen had a question-marked expression, wondering why she took stood in the way. The bill, the girl said calmly. Owen was not shocked. He didn't get the usual. Can I borrow some money from Matt? Matt looked at Owen, smiling. No worries, I got this. Besides, it can't be that Matt's sentence stopped abruptly. He turned around in a more begging position. Hey Owen, maybe you can cover for me? I pay you back. Owen knew this was coming. He rolled his eyes and was preparing to grab his wallet when he remembered what he said seconds ago. This little smile came on Owen's lips. Nah, you pay this time. Matt raised his eyebrows, widened his mouth, bowing down in a frown, and his eyes filled with shock. What? You heard me? Your idea, not mine. But, Matt was struggling to find an excuse this time. Extreme backfire. Okay, one more paragraph. Owen turned around, walking towards the exit. See you later, Matt, Owen said calmly while Matt was looking at Owen with his mouth as far down as his stomach. Matt turned around to face a trio of maids looking at Matt menacingly. Ladies, I'm sure I can fix. Matt was dragged by the shirt collar by one of the maids, being green-haired with glasses. Owen, on the other hand, had enough of the festival. He went home trying to avoid going anywhere close to the stops from the school. Okay, it's over. Please end my suffering. Oh, that took too long. I could have been continuing with my normal hentai art.